Hello.
Hello, Miss Dean.
Yes.
Sergeant Shirley, Richmond Heights Police.
Hello.
I was looking over the documents that you sent to me, and I was wondering, based upon the message that you just left me, what about these documents do you think are not real?
Do you see in the top right corner it says for file stamp only? That's not a file stamp. That's a state seal.
Okay.
Yeah, and he never actually filed it. So
that's the state seal for the Circuit Court of St. Louis County.
it is,
That's
you're
where,
right.
That's where the subpoena came from.
Okay, but it was not filed. He tricked me by putting this. I'm sorry.
According to this document, he filed a subpoena with the Circuit Court of St. Louis County asking for the Cuba Police Department to turn over their records concerning this incident, and they responded by turning over a copy of the police report.
What makes you think that it was filed?
Well, I don't know if it was filed or not.
It was not filed. There's no authenticity to this document, sir. That's why there's no file stamp on it.
This document came from the Circuit Court, though. It didn't come from your lawyer. It came from the Circuit Court, and they sent it. It looks like it's fine to me. They sent the subpoena to the Cuba Police Department, and the Cuba Police Department responded by sending a copy of the police report of that was, I assume, a drug arrest for your child's father.
I am fully aware of what it looks like, but those are not the full documents disclosed. That's just the one that he chose to put in there. There's records from that county that are being hidden that I'm in the process.
The problem is that whether or not he filed these on your behalf is between you and him.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't think that he filed all the documents that he could, that just means that you don't think that he did a good job of representing you. That's not a criminal case. That's a civil case.
You're misrepresenting the law, sir. Putting a circuit court seal in the place of a file stamp is a federal offense.
He didn't put the Circuit Court seal there. This is a document that came from St. Louis County Circuit Court.
So how do you know he didn't put it there? You haven't investigated anything. You've already decided that I'm wrong and they're right.
Because you haven't given me anything that even is an inkling that there was a crime committed by this attorney.
The fact there's a state seal in the place of a file stamp.
I don't understand where you're getting your information from, but wherever you're getting your information from is not correct.
It says for file stamp only.
But he didn't create this document. This document came from the Circuit Court. And he also said that all of the documents that he filed on your case are attached to the case on CaseNet.
Okay. Did you check CaseNet and see how it looks on CaseNet?
I'm not going to dig that far into it because it's not a criminal matter.
Because
if you think your complaint is that he did not do a sufficient job of representing you, that is a civil matter.
Okay, I see how it is. I see how it is, sir. That's fine.
Okay.
And I just want you to know I have a $1.3 billion federal lawsuit that's being filed. And since you don't want to investigate this clear federal crime, I'm going to have to involve your police department too.
Are you under psychiatric help?
Excuse me? Do not belittle me and do not treat me like that.
Well, now you're starting to act like you're paranoid.
Excuse me, you're not a doctor.
I'm concerned about your safety now.
Yeah?
I talked to Mr. Fenley, and he said that you have sent threatening things to him about his children.
I have not. Fully disclose that then. I haven't sent him any threats at all.
Well, I am preparing a report, but my report is going to be for informational purposes only, and its determination is going to be that the complaint that you're attempting to file is not a valid criminal complaint. If you want to take this up, you need to either, first of all, I suggest, if you don't like the way he's handling your case, that you get a different attorney, okay? And then you get the advice of that attorney, and if that attorney thinks that you have a case against him, it's a civil case, and you'll have to sue him. or you can file a complaint with the Missouri Bar Association. That's how you handle this. It is not a federal crime. I don't know where you got that information from. It's not a state crime because you haven't shown any inkling that a crime has been committed at all.
There are other documents that have his forged e-signature on it and everything. But I had a feeling that you weren't going to help me, so I didn't want to just send this massive fax.
That's because there's nothing I can do for you. First of all, none of this occurred in the city of Richmond Heights, so just because his office is here has nothing to do with it. But if you feel like he's filed stuff on your behalf that's not true, you need to get a lawyer to help you straighten that out, and you need to file a complaint with the Bar Association. I'm telling you, that's how you take care of it. It's not a criminal complaint.
Well, I just want to address something
whatsoever that any of these documents have been forged.
Okay,
they
well,
how
can he say I threatened him and his children, sir? I never would threaten anybody in my life. I'm not a criminal. I'm a law.
That's what he claimed.
Okay, well, I would never do that. So please don't.
He also said that he was going to withdraw from the case.
Yeah, so, he did withdraw as soon as I presented him with all these fraudulent documents.
Right. Because, and I don't think these are fraudulent because they're signed and stamped by the circuit clerk, who's the same circuit clerk that signs the subpoenas that we receive for court. The document, the subpoena itself, look exactly like the subpoenas that we receive for court. So I don't see how I don't even know where you got the idea that this was forged. That doesn't make any sense. And if anybody could make a complaint that this document was forged, it would be the Cuba Police Department, because they're the ones that were served the subpoena.
Right.
I doubt seriously that this attorney served a police department with a forged document.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to try to investigate.
Highly unlikely.
I guess I'm going to have to investigate further on my own then, since you don't want to help me.
I'll confirm. You need to do. You should get a different attorney and seek his advice, and/or file a complaint with the Missouri Bar Association. That's how you handle this situation. It's not a federal crime. It's not even a state crime.
Okay.
And whoever told you that is incorrect.
Okay, well, was it lawful for you to ask me if I was under psychiatric care and accuse me of threatening people?
You started spouting things that seem paranoid.
Paranoid?
Like somebody that's under medication.
You can look up online what fraudulent court documents look like. His fit that exact description. That's not paranoia, sir.
I think that you're looking things on the internet that are not valid places to get information.
So that makes me paranoid? That gives you the right to call me paranoid?
No, what's paranoid is when you start throwing around threats and accusations that you're going to involve our police department in this somehow.
Okay,
if there was a valid complaint to be had in this incident, we would handle it and we would investigate it. But you don't have a valid complaint.
Okay, I will in the next. Since you've given me a few tips, I'm going to call the Cuba Police Department. I'm going to see if this was ever served to them. Okay? If it in fact has not, then that means that it's fraudulent.
They responded to it. Where do you think they got a copy of it?
How do we know that they responded? We don't know if they responded. Sunshine Law states that they're.
You do know there's a copy of the police report attached to it.
That could just be him asking for the records per Sunshine Law. All open records. He could have attached that himself.
It's stamped by a notary from Crawford County, Missouri, where Cuba is located.
Okay, well, I'm going to have to investigate this further.
It all looks valid to me.
But my First Amendment rights protect me, and they enabled me to call the police and let them know what I believe is happening without you calling me paranoid or asking if I'm having psychiatric care and telling me I'm threatening people?
I think you're upset because you're going to lose your court case.
You think I'm going to lose? I'm a law-abiding citizen that hasn't broken a single law. The people that have my kids are all over police record for assaulting me multiple times.
That's what I thought. Somebody else has your children and you're afraid you're not going to get them back.
Yeah, persistent domestic offenders have my children, sir.
Your complaint is that you do not believe that your attorney did a good job of representing you, and there's nothing that we can do about that.
And I believe these are forged, so if I get more evidence that these are forged, I'm going to have to call you back.
There's no evidence whatsoever that these documents are forged.
Okay, well, we don't know. We both don't know that for sure, sir. We both don't. Okay? So don't call me paranoid.
My experience in dealing with court papers, these all look valid to me. And I don't see any reason in the world why he would even attempt to forge a subpoena for this police department and then get the police department to send him a copy of a police report.
You don't know if that's what happens. You're making
So this doesn't make any
assumptions.
sense.
You've made a
doesn't
lot
make
of
any sense.
assumptions, and now I'm late for work. Thank you for your time today, sir. Thank you. I'll be in contact
Good luck.
with you, and I hope the
All
next
right.
time that we speak, you're more respectful to me and you adhere to my civil liberties.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
Good luck.
you.